Welcome to the Power Circuit, the Power Sector Informative Program brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. Let's take the headlines for this edition. Market operator meets cross-border market participants on energy transaction issues. We have an expository report on how TCN optimizes protection, control and metering across power transmission substations. West African utilities converge in Abuja, review regional electricity market grid code. In today's interview segment, Engineer Amos Ango, the Regional Operations Manager of the Enugu region of TCN, will be speaking about the region's coverage area, the operational activities and the collaborative strategies between the system operation arm of TCN and the transmission service provider arm towards improving on-power transmission services in the region. My name is Amara Agugesi and you're with the Power Circuit. In its bid to strengthen the cross-border electricity market, the market operator of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, recently hosted a meeting with participants in Nigeria, as well as counterparts from Togo and Benin Republic. Here is a report of the meeting.
At a meeting which took place at the TCN corporate headquarters in Abuja, the representative of power utilities discussed energy transaction issues and solutions towards entrenching efficient business operations. Among the participants were representatives from Transcorp Power, Paras Power, the Niger Delta Power Holding Company, all in Nigeria, the SBEE and CEB of Benin Republic, the CEET of Togo. Addressing the participants, the market operator, Engineer Edmond Eje, noted that the meeting was arranged at the instance of the market participants to strengthen participation of bulk buyers in the transition electricity market term.
Going by the development of Nigerian electricity market, whereby the term took off and we define term as contract or bilaterally driven market, and therefore we expected that every individual in the market as a market participant would deal directly with a supplier. And again, going by the fact that Nigerian electricity market was by then fully privatized, the generators became private industries. The distribution companies, private industries. Some of the private generators also cropped in to contribute to the pool.
Engineer Eje further commended Togo and Benin Republic for keying into the reformed electricity market in Nigeria to establish a more direct trade with power generation firms in line with the electricity market requirement.
Of course, you were following the happenings and development in Nigerian electricity market. We are proud of you for that. And it didn't take us much energy to tell you where we were then, and which also propelled you to start to negotiate privately with individual generators to be able to get their supply. And till today, I hail you for that. I congratulate you for following what is happening in Nigeria. And that's what brought us where we are today. Benin Republic started with Paras. And they, in fact, they opened that gate on private transaction. And after that came Transcorp with SBE, that's Benin. And then we also have NDPHC with Togo.
The meeting also featured a technical session with a presentation by the market operator to the participants on energy reconciliation for cross-border transactions. Engineer Eje noted that Nigeria has been fully enabled to export more bulk electricity to countries under the West African Power Pool and the regional electricity market.
You will agree with me that, yes, we've been talking about West African Power Pool and the associated market. That's what we have here. There's nothing more, you know it. that nothing is going on any other place. Right. If you go to their screen board, you will see it. You will see Ghana with 2 lines coming into Secretary bus bar. You will see Nigeria also entering the same bus bar. It has been studied. Every other thing has been smoothened. I think there's one route that is remaining. We'll have a complete route now, and then other countries will be buying from anywhere they want because it is one grid. So this is very, very important that we get things right.
There are various departments and units in the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, each performing distinct functions. The Protection, Control and Metering Department, popularly called PC&M, is one of them. In this expository report, the Power Circuit spoke with PC&M engineers at the Kaduna region of TCN to provide further insight into their activities and how they protect the arrays of power transformers and other equipment across transmission substations nationwide.
The PC&M is a unit under the Transmission Service Provider TSP arm of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. Engineer Ahmed Usman is the Principal Manager Transmission at the Kaduna region of TCN. Within the scope of TCN, the most important equipment are transmission lines, circuit breakers, isolators, transformers, and the bus bars.
Protection, control and metering is a critical department in this our industry. It is saddled with so many responsibilities. We know all the investment in TCN involves an expensive equipment, and this expensive equipment need to be protected. That is why the PC&M are here, because like I mentioned, there is no terminal equipment that you invest on that is not expensive. So the PC&M, they have a dual function in respect to protection. That is, they protect the equipment and the personnel. So especially if we have installations like just what we have on ground now, for the installation of a new 330 kV circuit breaker to replace the exploded one. The PC&M, just like I mentioned, they are critical in the installation procedures. They are first drafted into the installation work because it's a replacement. When we say replacement, that's to say we are trying to change an existing breaker that is faulty. So in that respect, we have what we call the control cables. These control cables are those cables that are responsible for carrying out the protection itself, the operational procedures carried out by the operators, and all those operations are carried out in the control room. So the controls are done remotely. So being the fact that it's a 330 kV circuit breaker, all the functions are automated. So the PC&M has to be there to kind of remove the terminations or the protection circuits that are existing on the old circuit breaker.
There are various forms of protection schemes deployed by TCN, depending on the type of equipment. The PC&M also work with the Electrical and Lines Department during routine maintenance of substation equipment, jointly in a teamwork, stated Engineer Usman.
After the electrical, the lines have finished their work, the PC&M goes back again. Although, even as they disconnected the cables and leave the switcher, it's not that they are there in the offices resting, no. Because this breaker you are installing is not the same breaker with one you removed. So what you have to do, you go back to your office, but not sleeping. You have to do the marriage. What it is, you have a different breaker that you have now to replace the old one. So the circuit arrangement or the scheme may not be the same. So you now have to marry old scheme with the new scheme.
Engineer Usman gave an overview of PC&M engineers installing a brand new circuit breaker for the 330 kV section of the 13233 kV Mando transmission substation in Kaduna. This facility is at the regional headquarters of the Kaduna region of TCN.
This breaker in question is a 330 kV circuit breaker, and it's very, very expensive. So we need to protect it. And the essence of all this is to protect the breaker, because once you lose a breaker, such as this, the 330 kV, you are talking of millions. So I don't think anybody would like to operate with losses. So even the lives that are involved, that's why if we are there, most of the time you see the safety people, they are also there with us to make sure that all the protocols pertaining safety is being maintained. So that is some of the jobs that PCIM carry out during any installation.
The PCNM engineers are busy right here at the 330, 132, 33 kilovolts Mando transmission substation in Kaduna as they install a brand new circuit breaker. We'll also hear them speak.
Engineer Shefiu Ibrahim is an assistant manager PCN-M at the Kaduna region of TCN, and he says it is an annual maintenance session at the Mando transmission substation.
We are here carrying out our annual maintenance on our Shiroro 330 kV Shiroro line 2. This is my other team members in the field. Please come on, let's go. Here we are using our Omicron CMC 365 in carrying out the tests on the relay. As you can see here, Engineer Jalal is here with the system, and Engineer Biladanchi is here observing the operation of the relay. The CMC is a secondary injection test set, whereby we inject both current and voltage into the relay to see the reaction of the relay when the actual fault occurs. So here we are injecting over current. Let's see. And we are observing the reaction of the relay. As you can see here, there's a tripping, meaning if there's a true fault on the line, the relay will trip on that particular fault.
The Protection, Control and Metering Department of TCN is quite a critical session and is key to the health of all the power transmission equipment that enables TCN well bulk power to the distribution load centers for onward supply to you, the end user. Now you know what they do and how they do this.
The management of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has hosted the 5th session of the ECOWAS Regional Electricity Regulatory Authority Task Force on the review of regional electricity market grid code in Abuja.
The meeting provided an avenue for participants to have extensive deliberations on the regional electricity market, where member countries can trade bulk electricity on contract-based manner. While ERERA is the regulator of the regional electricity market, the West African Power Pool provides the transmission infrastructure and other assets for wheeling bulk power across countries within the region. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, is also the Chairman, Executive Board of WAP, with TCN playing a significant role in its functioning.
The Power Circuit will be right back after this break with the interview segment. Stay with us.
$6.5 there.
Guys, I have a business that can change our lives.
Business?
Business that can change our lives.
Guys, if money is involved, take it. But you don't know the kind of business.
Business is business.
Okay, my guy. Masu.
Real money. And there's a big market for it.
Wait, is it vandalism that you have brought me here to do?
Yes!
Something that can take me to jail. Something that can destroy our economy and spoil what the government wants to achieve.
Real money.
I can't. See this man. I can't. Even you. Shut up your mouth. I will never go to jail. Vandalism. God forbid. God forbid.
Look at the people I want to help. I beg you. Please, Oga, I beg you. I beg you. This is the handwork of the devil. Please.
Be part of our economic growth. Do not destroy electricity power installations. Do not destroy government effort to provide electricity for all. Report any suspicious person found stealing or loitering around power installations to any security operatives close to you or to the nearest transmission company of Nigeria office.
This message is brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
Hello there. This is the interview segment of the Power Circuit, where we take you through a dive of the activities and operations of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, mostly across its 10 transmission regions. With us on this program is the Regional Operation Manager of the Enugu region, Engineer Amos Ango. He will be speaking about the region's coverage area, the operational activities and the collaborative strategies between the system operation arm of TCN and the transmission service provider arm towards improving on power transmission services in the region. Let's hear him speak. What is the coverage area of the Enugu transmission region?
The region is large. We cover, I think our last station, southwest is Abo, and our last station, north, is Kashimbela. So we cover close to 4 or 5 states within Nigeria. I've been to some station and I've had interaction with the staff here, mostly the operators. In fact, my experience is just that. I've visited some stations quite many. I think I've been to Abo, I've been to Asaba, I've been to the 2 Okas, Abuoka and Oka. I've been to Ojiriwas, I've been to Obuaji. I think these axes have covered almost all the stations. Only Ape area control from the north side of the region is pending, and very soon I'll go around such stations to see them.
What is your vision for the Enugu region during your time as the Regional Operations Manager?
I really want to set a region that will be really hardworking, committed to their duties, and try to do all that is required of them, both from NCC, from EEDC, and all our stakeholders, tend to bring up the operators to status quo. So far the staffs are good, they are very cordial, they are accommodating, they really show willingness to work with me. They seem to understand my policy, and they are also working in line to enable me achieve what I've said I want to achieve in this region.
While you are in the system operations arm of TCN, there is also the transmission service provider, TSP. How do you interface with the TSP in the region?
They are very cordial so far. The GM has been very helpful. We've been working together as colleagues, and everything here in the region, I think for now, is going very well. The relationship that we have started, I pray it continues. I will continue to work hand in hand with each other, directing ourselves and helping us to work for betterment of the industry.
You have heard from Engineer Amos Ango, the Regional Operations Manager of the Enugu region. While the team at TCN is employing the best means to improve power transmission services, the management of TCN implores you, our esteemed viewer, to support this course by steering clear of the right-of-way of these lines, sensitizing your neighbor about the dangers of encroaching power transmission assets and vandalizing them. You're still onto the power circuits, where we'll bring you informative reports about the power sector. As we wrap up for the day, let's take you through a recap of today's reports. Market operator meets cross-border market participants on energy transaction issues. We have an expository report on how TCN optimizes protection, control and metering across power transmission substations. West African utilities converge in Abuja, review regional electricity market grid code. We also brought to you an interview session with Engineer Amos Ango, the Regional Operations Manager of the Enugu region of TCN. Engineer Ango explained the region's coverage area, the operational activities and the collaborative strategies between the system operation arm of TCN and the transmission service provider arm towards improving on power transmission services in the region. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, solicits your continuous support towards safeguarding the arrays of power transmission lines and substations nationwide against vandalism and encroachments. You can also express your views, comments and responses about the company's activities by subscribing to the TCN YouTube channel, TCN_Nigeria. On Facebook, kindly like the page Transmission Company of Nigeria. On X, formerly Twitter, you can follow TCN via @TCN_Nigeria. TCN is also on Instagram, TCN_Nigeria. The management takes email messages very seriously via affairs.public@tcn.org.ng. The TCN website is always active, responsive and interactive. Go to tcn.org.ng where you can get more information on bulk power transmission and other activities of TCN. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, is on a drive to always transmit electricity in the most efficient and effective manner. Thank you for your time. Amara Agogoisi saying, keep your support coming through. Bye.